now looking at the second consultation I ran, uh, the same as the first one, I did a health screening questionnaire with another individual, and this presentation will go over the results of that questionnaire and the strategies to improve their overall health. Okay, so the person I spoke to was a 63-year-old male, and their goals, they were referred by their doctor as they want to do one form of exercise a week, whether it's going to the gym or playing sport. And they referred to their doctor by having a stroke and high blood pressure. So they were sent here to obviously improve their overall health and exercise and fitness, as they previously do no or very little form of exercise in a week. So starting off with one form of exercise is quite an easy and achievable goal to do, as obviously they're not doing any exercise at the moment, so one a week is definitely achievable. So their current physical activity, as I mentioned, they very rarely do any exercise in a week, once a week potentially, but it's very rare that when they do that. And when they do exercise, he said it was usually a short walk, about 15 minutes maximum, so very light exercise. However, he did say that he enjoys doing his walks, but he less enjoys activities such as football, as he had bad experiences as a child, as everyone's better at him during school. So the competitive aspect of this he didn't like, of exercise and sport, but but the non-competitive aspect of it, like recreational running, he said he considered but lacked the motivation to begin. His overall lifestyle, he's never smoked, which is good. That's part of a healthy lifestyle, but he drinks 30 units a week on average after work when he's at home, which obviously is a very unhealthy lifestyle choice, and is just over double the amount of the NHS recommended amount of 14 units a week. So 30 units is considerably higher than the recommended amount. He's in full-time employment as a lorry driver, so this involves him sitting down for long periods of time while he drives, and that is during the day, so about a 9 to 5 job, your average 9 to 5 job. He also gets 7 to 8 hours of sleep, which is good. That is that aligns with the recommended amount by the NHS, and he feels well rested in the morning, so he has a good quality of sleep, which is good. His nutrition was overall relatively good as well. So he has breakfast every day, toast and cereal. He tries to cook every day at home, and he enjoys cooking. So almost every single day, he's cooking dinner at home, so he can then plan out his meals and know what particularly he wants to eat and how to be healthy about this. And asking further questions, it seems that he is having quite healthy meals and balanced meals when he does cook. So sometimes having processed meat, sometimes not. So that's all right. Every now and again, it's all right to have that. He tries to have 5 to 6 fruit and vegetables a day, which is good. And he very rarely has fast food. He did mention if he doesn't bring lunch with him to work and stops at service stations, he usually tries to have a salad. So that is also quite good. And he very rarely has sugary drinks and food in a week. So he reckons he has one sugary drink a week, which this could be like Coke or Fanta. And he drinks approximately 2 litres of water a day, which is also the recommended amount. As mentioned, though, he was referred by his doctor due to a stroke and high blood pressure. He did say his stroke was 3 or 4 years ago, but this must have been something must have been quite recent to be referred by his doctor now. So it might have been a checkup that was addressed to prevent the risk of having a stroke later on in the future. And due to this, current on no medication as after his recovery, and he has no disabilities or allergies that I should be aware of or that he is aware of. And also at the end of all this, I talked to him about consent, where his information will go, as we won't share it without his consent. And the tests I was about to do, I said I'd talk him through everything I was going to do beforehand, and if he wanted to stop, that is perfectly fine. And he agreed to that. So then I first did the heart rate check. So I measured his heart rate, his pulse, just underneath his thumb at his wrist, using my index and middle finger. And after a minute, it turned out that his heart rate was 92 beats per minute, which is worse than average. So it's much higher than average, and approaching tachycardia. So it's potentially quite dangerous having a resting heart rate that high. So it definitely has to be something we'd have to address. I then went on to measure his body mass index, so that involved weight and height. He was 1 meter 78 and had a weight of 12 stone 9 pounds, so 80.3 kilograms. This put him at a BMI of 25.3, which puts him just slightly overweight, but shouldn't necessarily be something to be worried about, but potentially could be something to address. I then did a waist to hip ratio check, and his waist turned out to be 35.5 inches and his hip turned out to be 36 inches. So his waist to hip ratio was 0.98. This puts him at moderate health risk, so is potentially also something we should be aware of, but isn't particularly that serious at the moment. So overall, his resting heart rate and BMI, particularly his resting heart rate, it would be an area of improvement, but his waist to hip ratio is only moderate, so isn't really something that we necessarily should be aiming to improve. I mean, it would be something to be aware of, but as he improves his exercise and lifestyle, physical activity, that most likely would improve on its own. And overall in the health screening questionnaire, his goals were easily doable, so they're achievable, and he only wants to do one form of exercise in a week, so there's a wide range of options for exercise which you might not be aware of, because he mentioned that he didn't really enjoy exercise as a bad experience as a child, but potentially there could be a sport he never played and would really enjoy without realizing. And nutrition, he had a well-balanced diet, and lifestyle, he's never smoked and he has good level of sleep. However, he is a heavy drinker, which would definitely be something we would need to address. And he got referred by a doctor due to a stroke and high blood pressure, which would be something to be aware of as he goes into exercise, and as I give him goals to try to achieve during the process. So overall, things to be he would need to focus on and improve. He wanted to exercise once per week to begin, And then obviously this could increase over time if he is enjoying it. Um, and also to reduce alcohol levels. Exercise here would then ultimately make his heart stronger, so his resting heart rate would become lower to a more healthy value, and to reduce his alcohol levels. Um, Obviously, he's drinking 30 units a week, so would obviously have to decrease that considerably as well. Some strategies to do this. Firstly, to join a gym and beginners classes. So if he's in a beginners class, he wouldn't have the fear of everyone being better than him and then him feeling left out or picked on or anything like that. So if he joins beginners class, then they're all on the same level as him, and then he can get the most out of these classes and sports. Also, he could work out with a friend or partner. This would then improve his motivation, which he mentioned that he lacked motivation. So working out with a friend would definitely help motivate him, and would also be more beneficial for him, as this would be more enjoyable and sociable experience for him. So he's more likely to be to exercise once a week, potentially exercise more than once a week, as he has that social aspect to it as well. For alcohol, he could also text me when buying alcohol. So obviously, if he buys less amount of alcohol, then he can't drink as much alcohol in a week, which would be a good solution. This, but also talk to me about the amount he drinks each week. So it is all right to buy alcohol, but obviously we want him to reduce the amount he is drinking, not necessarily to cut him off completely. And I also mentioned to start a daily lifestyle log so he can talk through his experiences, and then overall he then reflect on this and see what he's enjoying, what he's not, how he's struggling. And this could really help him to exercise and reduce alcohol levels, because potentially this could be quite a hard thing to do, to reduce the alcohol levels, as he could enjoy doing this. So there could be some struggles doing this, and so it would be beneficial to look back over, say, a week or a month, and find the days where he's feeling good about not drinking as much alcohol, or he's struggling with drinking that alcohol. And this is similar for his exercise during the week, he could talk about as well.